Right. Hi everyone. Here's a quick video on how to clean the filters of a Dyson Supersonic, as will be contained in this box. First we'll unbox the product. While I'm doing that, tools that you will require are below. You will need a scrub or a hook. You'll need cleaning brushes, soft brass, firm nylon brush, Q-tips, a long nose pliers, a small round brush, bottle brush, baby teeth brush if you want, compressed air, electro cleaner, a torch, and a magnet's always useful to have around to keep the screws and stuff you don't want to lose, and then Q-tips for cleaning. Once the product is unboxed, here it is. Do a visual inspection, look for any obvious fluff or dirt or dust or contaminants on it. Below you'll find a outer filter cover, that's this one here. Turn it anti-clockwise, pull it down, it can be removed like that. This unit has been cleaned before, so it's, you're not going to see what you would normally find, but normally you look inside the outer cover, you'll find contaminants in there. Those can just be cleaned with a brush. Any of the brushes will be fine. The softer the better, unless of course there's build-up. This one can't be removed from the cord, so it stays on the cord, so your cleaning will have to be done there. This filter we'll get to shortly. Firstly, a couple of basics. If it's a domestic unit that is not badly contaminated, just got dust build-up and so on, a normal cloth, I didn't mention the cloth, you'll need a cloth, a lint-free cloth or a microfiber cloth. Take it, use the cloth to brush off everything. Don't bring liquids near the unit, they don't like it, it's not made for liquid. Or use a toothbrush or a nail brush of some sort and just lightly brush it over there. You should be fine with that. It should not be more packed up than that. Where we pick up the problems are when the units have been used in a hair salon or a barber shop, where they use a lot of colognes to spray the people with. They use hairsprays and other products that create a vapor in the environment. The hair dryers tend to suck up everything, and that contaminates these filters, the fan, and the sensors on the inside. Right, to get to those, that's the next step. You need your T5 Torx driver. We refer to it as screwdriver. It's not really a screwdriver because it's a Torx driver. It's a T5 in size. Very, very fine point. Not sure if you can see it there. And there are two screws at the base of the filter. Be very cautious at this point. You do not want to jerk on the cord or put stress on the cord, as you may damage it. It is lightly soldered and jointed with the wires that connect to the PC board, so you don't want to cause any damage there. It'll cause you unnecessary work that you really don't want to get into. Firstly, you remove the two screws. The magnet I mentioned earlier are to retain and keep those screws safe so you don't lose them. They are painfully small, so losing them happens, and you really don't want to, because they're not a common screw, so you can't just grab them anywhere and put something in there. It's going to damage the dryer, it's going to damage the filter, it's going to damage everything you've got. Right, once those two have been removed, you then take your scrub or a hook or something and you split the filter at the joint there and you bring it up. You don't want to cause damage, so you want to be very careful here. And once it's split, you can open it up and you can then just gently just prise it open, move it up onto the cord. Once on the cord, just remove it from the cord. First part, you want to check and you want to inspect the inside. This one I have cleaned, but you can see there's a little bit of dirt on the silencers. And you want to inspect the fan, see there's no debris built up or anything. That is what your scribe would be for. You would then get there, work it out. Do not put compressed air up here. You will damage the sensors, you'll damage the fan. This is where the Q-tips come in, to gently clean off the silencers, pick up any of the other dirt that you've got. If there's massive build up there, you've got a problem, you probably have to take out the next set. But so far I haven't had anything that I can't remove gently with a Q-tip, or with a bit of the electro cleaner that's just gently sprayed onto there, slightly dampened and just rubbed and cleaned. Your scribe tool can also be used to scribe out and clean out anything. There's a lot of build-up that happens in here because it is just before the fan. The filter slowed it down and it's now starting to pack up here. This is what causes the sensors to pick up that the dryer is dirty. The mini bottle brush is also to clean inside there and helps to get it clean, keep it clean. Cleaner, the better it operates. Do not put any compress there up the shaft or around the front. You'll damage the elements. You'll damage the marker boards that protect the elements, and the sensors invariably will also get damaged. You want to protect the cord. You don't pulling or stripping or putting too much pressure on this cord. There's light electrical joints inside there. Very, very sensitive, and they break easier. We've had a couple of units like that. Once you've gone through the visual, you've cleaned that, you've done the basics there. Just place the unit down safely, put it on side. We go to the filter. The filter itself, as I said, domestic, with just a brush you'd clean it, but you'd inspect the filter. Don't split and open it. You will damage, you'll crack it over there. You don't want to do that. You want to take the filter, give it a visual inspection. This one has been cleaned. They come to us so congested that you can't even see through them. Initial clean, take a cloth, wipe off what you can, and we go through a process of cleaning. So we'll start with the least intrusive cleaning. So we'll go with the light nylon brush. We'll clean it on the inside, clean it on the outside, brush it. If everything is not off, which in some cases never is, you can then use your compressed air to try blow it out. See how much you can get out there. It'll need a thorough blow. I'm just doing a gentle blow over here. And this is what it's designed for. Careful, don't get your fingers in the way. You'll freeze them. After that's been done, take a clean it, hold it up to the light, inspect it, see if you can see through it. If you can see through the filter, you're good. You need to see through every one of those little holes. What I do find often is that there's a build-up around these edges. Try to clean all of that away because it tends to ingress onto the rest of the filter. Get rid of everything. You've got it open, you might as well do it properly. Failing that, if that does not clean the unit properly and there's still build-up, you move on to your next brush, your copper brush, very fine brass brush actually, and you slowly move it in a little circular motion. The bristles of this brush are fine enough to go into those holes, and that's how we get through those holes. What also helps, especially where there's a big build-up of contaminants and vapors from the hair salon, is to use the electro cleaner. It's a normal electro cleaner available in most hardware shops. Give it a good spray down, a thorough spray inside and outside. It is a high flash point abrasive. You don't need to do any rubbing at this point. You just let it dry off and it will break down those oils and all contaminants. Once it's dry, first thing you do is you take your cloth, you clean it on the inside and the outside. I'm flying through the steps now. Normally takes a bit longer than this, but in this case, for our purposes of this video, that is what it is. If at this juncture it is still not clean, still can't get through it because the smallest build-up here is going to go back into the environment the hairdryer came from. So if it's going back half dirty, it's just going to come back twice as quick. So you want to get it back to where it was, and then advise the clients to try keep it in a dry area, not to work around vapors, and just be cautious where they put it down. But if at that stage it's still not clean, take it, remove it, get a little bowl, fill it with warm water, drop some sunlight liquid in there, leave it like that and let it soak overnight. Assuming that is what has happened here, it is soaked overnight. You then remove it the following day. Once again, the process, take the cloth, dry it, visually inspect, make sure everything's done. And by now, I've not found an instance where it's not clean, but you go through the motions with the brush, make sure it's clean. Use your compressed air at this stage. It will clean through, it will clean it nicely. I've never had to do more than that to clean a filter. I have got them cleaned after that, so it hasn't been worse than that. Once this is done, we begin the reassembly process. We then be very careful. There are two notches in the dryer itself. Over, yes, where are they now? You see, you've got to be careful with these things. Over there and over there, they are made for these two little protrusions from the filter. Then they need to fit in there. It's made like that. As with all Dysons, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Everything fits into everything else. Gently get the filter over the cord. Sorry, I'm off screen there. Gently get it over the cord. Push it down. Line it up gently. It's a bit of a stickler to get back because it sticks to everything. Once you grab onto everything, don't break it, and don't break off those two little lugs. You will regret it because it won't fit properly. Once again, check sure, make sure it's in place nicely. Replace the screws. That should still be on your magnet. And don't lose them. You'll regret losing them. Okay, and then gently push them in. As I said, it does not need to be too tight. Just finger tight. We're not creating a seal. It's got a tight fit, and these screws are simply there to retain and hold the filter in place. See, you don't want to do that. Luckily, I've got a clean workbench, so it's easy to find and trace. There it is. Put it in, and voila, the job's done. You want to then just gently give a surface clean, wipe the cord off, make sure there's no dust or anything. I would like to test this unit for you, but unfortunately there's something else wrong with it, so that's for purposes of this video, it's sufficient. Put the outer filter cover back on. Also tell the clients not to hold over the filter when they're drying, because that could cause some of the problems that we've had where they cut out and they perform strangely. To hold on the shaft, leave the filter area clean or uncovered, because all the air that's coming out the front actually goes in the back there. Very important. Once again, like I say, don't put any compressed air or anything up here. These are your elements, these are heating elements, very fragile in that area. That's why there is nothing to be replaced or serviced inside that area. The cord, be cautious with the cord. Roll it up, give it a good surface clean. I'm not a great fan of Mr. Min, but it can work, it can keep it nice. I prefer to just maybe take a mild soapy cloth and just wipe and clean it off, leave it in good original condition. There it is. Hope that's it. If you need anything else, give me a shout.